Hello, I'm Simon Phillips, and welcome to Phantom Recordings in sunny Sherman Oaks, California. Come on in. My whole life is music, creating music, making records, producing records. It's something I love to do. It's a passion. The whole concept of recording music in a studio is just second nature to me, because I was there when I was at various heights growing up. Since then, I played with, did records for people like Jack Bruce, Stanley Clarke, Mick Jagger, Judas Priest, Michael Schenker. Did a lot of heavy metal back then. It wasn't called heavy metal then. Roger Glover, Art Garfunkel. I mean, these were all just different recording sessions. I did Pete Townsend, The Who. And then I joined Toto in 1993, and I was in the band for 21 years. The whole thing about sound is concept. You have to have a concept. Every time I go into recording, before I even start getting sounds, I visualize a concept. I see it very visually, because I've heard recordings where I can actually see the instrument. And that's when I know the engineer's done a great job. The drum kit is so individual as an instrument, because no two drummers are alike and no two drum kits are alike. It's a fascinating instrument that it just really is it's a very unschooled instrument. I think that's what it is. I like to use a very live, very open sound. And I learned a long time ago, I was doing a record with Frank Zappa, and he told me, he said, don't hit the drums so hard. Let them sing. And he was absolutely right. The drum kit shouldn't that sound great to you 2 feet away from it. It should sound great 20 feet away from it. The room that any instrument is in and the air that's surrounding it is so important. The room at Phantom is what I would call, I'd call it a medium-sized room. It's not a large room, it's a medium size. But again, it was constructed in the days when you still would have live sessions, and it's a very balanced room. It's not overly live, and the close sound of everything sounds excellent. I have a very specific miking technique I use, and it's a technique I've learned by just watching and working with all these amazing engineers. Don't put those mics too close, because you take away impact, transients. You take away that sound of an instrument really being hit. That's what it is. So my mic positioning is, a lot of people are surprised how far I'm off the instrument. It works. They seem so concerned about spill, but spill is part of what makes the sound, you know. So that's where I've taken all this. I've just stolen from everybody I work with and put it into a pot and come out the other end with it. The grooves I've recorded are what I would say songwriter-friendly grooves. What I've tried to do is imagine if somebody were writing some music, what kind of groove they would like to write to. So it's based more from a songwriting point of view as opposed from a drummer point of view. So I've tried to make them as usable as possible and as groovy as possible, you know. As to my style, I can't really help that. It just comes out a certain way, and the sound is very much part of that. It's how I utilize the sound, you know, each part of the kit and make it work, and so I have no control over that. It just happens.